Alright, so spotting in the bottom left-hand position as the yellow Terran, we have Scaramanga. And in the top right-hand position as the red Protoss, we have lazersnipe. Lazersnipe, one of the league's lower APM players that is pretty effective, although he's spamming out good APM right now. But at least he was in the last CPL. He was a 110, 120, 130 APM guy, but made the most of it and got up to C+, at least level on iCup, maybe a little bit better. I think he's sitting in the 16 to 1800 MMR range right now. And of course, Scaramanga is a former, I think, C- Terran from IC Cup days, and I'm not sure how his play and practice is as of late, so I don't really know what his level is at. Pylon for lazersnipe. Not that there's any other option for Protoss. I guess you could Nexus. No, you may even make a pylon there. If you didn't make a pylon, you'd just be being weird. 9 Nexus. Seems legit. Seems legit. Alright, so gateway. Probably going to be a gas after this. Oh, he's going to make that next probe first? No, he's going to take the gas first. So he's going to have a slight probe cut in order to take the gas on 11, and there we go, probe projection resumes. Normally you do that if you're doing a build that really you want to have gas as quickly as possible, so if you're going to do a fast, like, 2-gate range or something like that, 10-15 gate, those would be the builds where you might want to optimize the gas a little bit like that. Otherwise, you don't necessarily have to cut probes to do that. You can just go ahead and keep making probes and make your gas as soon as you have 100 minerals, which happens on 12 more often than 11 if you're crisp with everything. And Scaramanga, of course, not going to find lazersnipe, and lazersnipe not scouting at all, not even after core. It's just going to be a delayed scout from lazersnipe. He is going to make a zealot and use that to scout across the map. And here we go. Alright, Scaramanga will, of course, find him this time, and lazersnipe is probably going to head south on the map, unless he's being very suspicious or weird. Oh man, is he? Is he just going to go straight cross map? Looks like he is. So lazersnipe moving his scout in the correct direction. It appears like Pure Dunlock Zealot just going to try to get on the ramp. Can he block this SCV? It's very unlikely. Whoa, no, he's not even trying to. He's just going to walk right past it. Oh, lazersnipe just checking the center for an SCV. I don't know what he was hoping to find in the center. I think most of the center's unbuildable. But now in comes the probe. Of course, Scaramanga has the SCV inside lazersnipe's base, seeing the Dragoon upgrade the Dragoon itself. And the factory. Let's see, we're getting shop. That's a pretty long wait, man. It's a pretty long wait. There we go. Starts to add on now, finally. And the SCV is picked off. And has he opted for any tech yet? No, just opting for 1 gate. Goon expand. Has his first one heading across the map. And there's a lot out, of course, we saw earlier. And Scaramanga just hanging out up the ramp right now, getting his tank out. Getting ready for a little FD action. Actually, he's not getting his tank out yet. He's waiting for his add-on to finish. There we go. Now he's going to start getting his tank out. Should start mines, I would expect. There we go. Oh, and unfortunately, lazersnipe walks the probe up the ramp, and it ends its life. Now, we'll see if he brings the Dragoon and pressures with the Dragoon Zealot combination. I kind of doubt it, but it is something he could do. And a second gateway from lazersnipe. Wait, second gateway before expansion. This just got a little more interesting. I assumed he was just going to expand hard off of this, but he has opted now to put down a second gateway, I guess, and perhaps because he just went up the ramp and saw nothing and is a little worried. But now that this FD is coming down, I think he's going to be significantly less worried, and he might be like, oh, in reality, I don't need that. Oh, Zealot thinks about coming in. Nice target firing on the goons. There we go. Zealot's trying to get a few hits off on the Marines, and whoa, Scaramanga is doing this very aggressively, as he has pulled 3 or 4 SCVs there to soak up damage, to take time across the map, but lazersnipe is getting off some excellent Dragoon shots, abusing these bridges very nicely. Tank is not in there getting its own hits on the Dragoon, so far the early engagement definitely going in favor of lazersnipe, picking off SCVs, just controlling his way back comfortably and confidently. And every time you can see Scaramanga getting almost close enough for his Marines to shoot, but then they don't. And it is just getting whittled down. Lazersnipe's micro has been super precise so far. And there we go, he's just going to stay here this time. And I think he'll go ahead and try to shoot down the tank, or perhaps not. Where's the Rallied Vulture? I don't see the Rallied Vulture. I don't know what this Dragoon is doing, but it is being kind of stupid. I guess it too does not want to kill the tank. And observatory down. Let's see, a few Dragoons here looking for an option. One does run into the mine, dies to the tank, or maybe the mine. I'm not actually sure which. Got Robo, we got Obs over here, we got the factory. What else do we have? Nothing right now, just a command center going up. And it looks like Scaramanga is being very aggressive with this, continuing on with a second tank. Kind of surprising to see this work after lazersnipe's initial micro was so crisp and on point. And now Scaramanga decides, okay, I got to turn home and run. But the annoying thing, or maybe he's just going to come back. This is crazy aggressive from Scaramanga. He's got to know lazersnipe's closer to his base and is going to have more reinforcements. Although lazersnipe is a little bit inattentive to his Dragoons here and allowing this tank to get some value. I mean, it has got 3 kills, and most likely those 3 kills are Dragoons. So if it has, that's still not bad trading from Scaramanga. Third gateway for lazersnipe, no sign of other tech. Very, very late expansion right now from lazersnipe, by the way. Going to be in a very poor position economically. Someone saying you don't have to point out individually stupid goons. They're all stupid. There's some truth to this. Sometimes they can be uniquely stupid, though. But most of the time, they're just idiots. Yeah, that's fair. Second factory from Scaramanga. So lazersnipe is maintaining his gate advantage, but like I said, take a look at the base timing difference. Terran is definitely ahead in CC timing, which is not a comfortable place to be as Protoss. Hello, hello, hello. Someone's saying there's a third game rep I posted on our team channel for. Oh, that would be nice if you could possibly link that in Discord to me or something like that. Find Elmaster. Or just post it in like CPL general, and then I can cast that as well. Although right now I'm not gonna lie, I did not get much sleep last night and I have the most tired eyes. Like my mind is awake, but it is actually pretty difficult right now to keep my eyes open. I get that a lot. Do you guys ever get that a lot? I get that all the time. It's really annoying too when I like drive. Like mentally I'm alert, but it's just really hard to hold the eyes open, which is understandably an issue, right? So I try not to drive in those circumstances. Or if I do, I've had drives where I have to make a 2 or 3 hour drive, and I'll just pull off the road every 15-20 minutes and like go do a couple 100-meter sprints and then get back in the car and keep driving until I notice it again. It's like the best I can do. Or occasionally I have to stop and take in like a 30-minute power nap because driving sleepy is really stupid. Alright, so we got what, 4 tanks. We're taking a third base. So, wow, the economy right now from Scaramanga is going to get very strong compared to poor lazersnipe, who I feel like, even though he has a supply advantage, is kind of getting maneuvered into an awkward hole. I mean, this is a scary sight when you just show up at Terran's base and you see an OBS. Of course, it is contingent on Scaramanga being able to defend, and I think there's some question about that because he's only got 5 tanks. He's working off only 2 factories. He's making a Goliath, which is an interesting choice, especially just a rogue Goliath. But right now, the goons can just walk into this base. And let's remember, he does have an OBS here, so he knows exactly what he's dealing with. And this is a high number of goons. So I have a feeling this could be rough for Scaramanga. We'll see if he can position his tanks well, but this is enough goons that, with caution used by lazersnipe and good control, these goons can spread out and just eat these tanks alive. Oh, lazersnipe misses, in my opinion, misses his opportunity to pounce. Now it looks like Scaramanga will defend this just fine. Gonna be a bit annoying for him, but yeah, I think lazersnipe missed an opportunity there. I can understand not wanting to dive on those tanks, but he had a large number of goons, and now he goes for it, but with only a part of his army. Big mistake here from lazersnipe, although the tanks are not perfectly spaced from Scaramanga, but it is enough to drive snipe back, and Scaramanga, with a subtle repositioning of his tanks now, secures his high ground base. I will bet you he had more than 10 goons, I think, and I will bet you from that position, especially coming down from the high ground, that you can break that pretty often. If Terran has godlike target firing, you've got a chance. But if you know how to space up your goons, because what you do is you run in and you space your goons as you're coming in, such that they take pretty minimal splash damage, and then it's just an overwhelming victory of the goons. That's one kind of micro that I'm really confident in. And I think the way the tanks were spaced, I think he could have ran in there. But now he is pushed out and defended. Laser Snipe's a little bit of aggression. So now Laser Snipe is sitting there thinking, this doesn't feel good. But I think Scaramanga might be a little low on SCVs or something, because his supply is not very high. He doesn't have that many SCVs. In fact, he doesn't even have, he barely has 12 in the main. Although he did expand fast. It just seems like his supply should be higher. Laser Snipe has significant supply. What does he have for gateways? If he's just, well, he's only got 3 gateways. And he's going to go for 2 base arbiter. That's okay, that's not a bad option. I should have looked for that a little bit earlier. Not the fastest 2 base arbiter in the world, but he's deciding, hey, I think it's, if I take a 3rd base, I'm a little on the slow side there. So I just need to get my tech out and try to get something done with that. Elmaster is actually not a Terran player. Elmaster is a former Protoss main who is now a Zerg main as of the past, I don't know, you could say year-ish. So I'd say right now I'm a Zerg main, but I used to play Protoss. Circa 2017, early 2017 or something like that. Alright, here's something loading up. Was it a shuttle? Or might, yeah, I heard that right. We got a DT in there. Got a probe. Getting ready to put down a Nexus. Alright, so a few vultures falling prey to the goons in the middle of the map, which is like the most random position for just a group of goons to be chilling. I don't think they're intentionally placed here to catch vultures running this way. Like, if he wanted to defend his 3rd from vultures, I have a feeling he would place goons on the high ground pod rather than just here in the map. This is just an interesting spot for these dragoons to be. Oh, this is ballsy. Is he going to really move these around without an observer? Okay, there we go. He's going to send an obs out. That's slightly less ballsy. Say, because he doesn't really have obs around the map to know where vulture movement is, so it's not like he can afford to just run his dragoons around the map. Arbiter on the way, getting a little recall. It's up to 6 gateways, but we can see now the economic advantage for Scaramanga is starting to kick in, and that supply gap, Scaramanga has just, come flying right across the supply gap and closed things down to about 10 supply. And there's a decent chance Scaramanga's just going to go ahead as he gets his macro engine fully up and running, getting the science facility. No drop ships in play that I can tell. And I think Laser Snipe is content to just sit at home and chillax for right now. I think he just wants to wait for that recall and then go for the devastating new recall discovery. I think these games were played before that thread, though, came out. So probably not going to go for the super recall. But if we see him try it, that'd be kind of fun. You can see the pylon wall is up here, trying to block out the vultures, but they can still get in there and get some probe kills. There we go. We already got 2 probe kills, and now they need to run away. But look at this. Laser Snipe is doing some nice movement here with the vultures, moving the dragoons to the other side to try to catch the vultures that run away. But it doesn't matter because the vultures didn't run away. They fought valiantly and died to the dragoons. A recall is done. Did you get Arbiter Energy first? No. I think you're supposed to actually get that first because of the timings, how everything works out. If you get Arbiter Energy first, the Arbiter will pop with more energy. So you're just you're actually a little bit faster to your first stasis, your first recall. And oh man, Zealot's running up onto the ridge, running into a few mines. Laser Snipe doesn't seem too worried about it. Probably needs to move these Zealots somewhere else because these should not be out in the open against vultures. But Scaramanga not taking advantage of that because he is focused on pushing across the map. Arbiter's out. Let's see, he's going to need some scans here right now. There are invisible units. A nice stasis goes down. And let's see, how is the setup of the vultures? They need to be pulled back. It looks like Laser Snipe is going to get on top of these tanks with a hell of a lot of Zealots. And there's not much in the way of vulture support, but Laser Snipe is throwing everything at Scaramanga right now. And there are still enough tanks. Oh, well, actually, the Zealots are down here. If they would have been spread up a little bit more, this is kind of a chaotic fight. And it looks like it's going to be okay here for Scaramanga, as anytime your army lives. Does Scaramanga have scans? That will determine if this... Okay, he does have scans. So that DT is going to be taken care of. Scaramanga definitely needs to get a vessel over here. Okay, he's got a vessel. He needs to get over here with the army. But now that he's held this fight, he's going to be pretty comfortable with where he is. A few Dragoons coming up to reinforce, but Protoss has lost this stasis. He's going to have to move back, and Scaramanga has position on the map, pretty quick to unsiege. Reinforcements streaming across for Scaramanga. Money getting a little out of control because he only has 6 factories with that great economy. Needs closer to 8 or 9. Probably could have had that a while ago, and he would be at about 140 supply right now. A few mines being laid. Tanks moving up onto the high ground here of lazersnipe. And it looks like lazersnipe's third is in deep trouble right now. The Arbiter will have... No, actually, it's a different Arbiter, so no recall on the scene right now. But here we go. Oh, this is just a few tanks. Well, the third's going to go down, but this will get cleaned out. With a shuttle there to help bomb. And it looks like Scaramanga recognizes that and quickly pulls back a few tanks. But they need to leave. If they're going to leave, they need to leave. There we go. But I think lazersnipe is going to be able to chase this down. Oh, he's turning and firing is Scaramanga. Not sure that is the best decision. And down goes the tanks. And I'm going to reload those zealots back into the shuttle. Has he gotten speed for his shuttle? No, I guess not. Just looked like maybe he had. Looks like that would be a very weird thing to do. Get a speed drop shuttle. Usually don't need to worry about that. In fact, sometimes if you have a speed shuttle, it just flies out in front of your army and dies. It's too fast for its own good. So obviously Scaramanga is at a very large supply lead right now. He's still benefiting from that huge economic advantage. Now he's not opted to push yet, but he's in a position to kind of whenever he wants. When you have that sort of a supply lead on Protoss, and let's face it, the gateway count from lazersnipe is still not super great. He's got 9, which is getting better, but it's not that great. A few units being picked off there from Scaramanga. A little bit of vulture harass here, but lazersnipe has some dragoons over there. Should have a mine coming, or an obs coming here at some point to sweep. Or will he walk into the void of mines? And of course the 4th up and running for Scaramanga. Where are we at with upgrades? Where are your armories? Not upgrading. Does he have an upgrade? Okay, he's got 1 armor. I think he's got 1 attack or 2 attack. 1 attack only. Does he have a 2nd armory? I'm not seeing it, boys. I'm not seeing it. Looks like he's running off only 1 armory. Finally getting his factory count up a little bit higher. Moving up to 8 factories now. That's been one of the weaknesses here for Scaramanga that has allowed him, I think he's been hitting his macro cycles, but 6 factories is not enough to macro off of 3, let alone 4 bases. It's just not going to happen unless you've only got 20 SCVs between all of them. Alright, so continuing to make some vessels and send a few vultures out. I'm not quite sure what Scaramanga is waiting for. Probably just max or something of that nature. Probably has an upgrade started now, right? No? Oh. Scaramanga, you need those upgrades, man. You need those upgrades. Your turn army gets so good with them. Some mines being laid, but being cleared out fairly effectively. Does get 1 mine to detonate over here. But the vultures have snuck in to the 4th base, and a few of lazersnipe's probes are being picked off. That's 3 or 4 already. And it looks like he's going to try to flee Arbiter over here to assist in some manner. And Scaramanga now about max. Look at that. He is now 40 supply ahead of lazersnipe, 30 supply ahead of lazersnipe, which is very scary. Lazersnipe does have some good tech, though, so he has that going for him. He's got his double Stargate Arbiters. He's got a trap probe. He's got a 2nd forge. What are his upgrades? Oh, that's a little rough, though. He does not have any upgrades. But Scaramanga is now out onto the map in full force. Does he have his army collected? It looks really thin. It looks kind of small. And a nice stasis there from that Arbor getting 2 of the vessels. And let's see, Scaramanga does have some tanks spaced back here, but these tanks are really spread out. Not the best sieging. It's a deep line, but it's a line where Protoss can fight the front stuff without the back tanks actually doing any firing, but the Zealots are just running into the Vultures getting murdered, and it's just goons now. lazersnipe is not pulling back. I don't know what he's doing. This is a mistake if he doesn't move back soon. There are way too many tanks back here. Although, actually, wait, it looks like a reinforcement of Zealots from the side, and suddenly this is not a mistake, and lazersnipe is able to move through here and clear Scaramanga's tank line. I don't really know how he made that work. I guess it was what I was talking about earlier. The tanks were just set up a little too far across the map and so get picked off more or less 1 by 1. lazersnipe perhaps overcommitting, though. He's going to end up throwing away most of his army here, and that's usually not what you want to do against Terran, but Scaramanga has been unable to punish them for that. But oh, wow, quick reactions. Nice D-Matrix, but is it enough to save the tanks, or are the reinforcements from lazersnipe too much? It looks like it is enough to save the tanks. Really nice. Quick thinking there for Scaramanga with a clutch hold. All the attack upgrades for sure make a difference. Less so the armor and shields upgrades, but the attack upgrades, it makes a difference in terms of how fast you kill tanks and stuff like that. When zealots start doing, you know, 2 more damage every shot, up to 6 more damage. 0-0 zealots against 3 armor tanks. Ugh. Alright, we're clearing out a few vultures over here so we can expand. And a few roving vultures dying to dragoon groups. Both players right now don't really have that much of a standing army, both just working off a control group or 2. Looks like a little bit of ob spreads here for Laser. Here comes a few vultures running in. Let's see, he's going to go to the side. No, he's not going to go to the side. He's going to lay a few mines at the ramp, and then, oh, is he going to flank? Oh, he's got a little group of tanks over here suddenly sieging up. This is kind of a weird thing to see in TVP. You don't usually see marauding groups of tanks. Oh, this suddenly becomes really cute now. It's like if he runs the probes, they fly into the vultures, although it would be better if they could be stealth, and lazersnipe seems a little conflicted about what to do. It looks like he's going to sack the 4th. Interesting decision right now. Or is he going to try to come around? No, he's just taking a while for him to gather his army. He wants to make sure it's all gathered. And this attack, I think, is going to be worth its weight in gold. Let's see if he target fires the Nexus, or if he opts to deal with the army. No, it looks like he's going to keep at least a few tanks on the Nexus, so the Nexus should go down. Yes, nice target firing. Scaramanga gets the Nexus assassination there. Slowing lazersnipe down, and that means lazersnipe is mining right now from only 2 bases. This one is not up yet, and Scaramanga is mining from what, 1 base, 2 base. Okay, this one's trickling, but he's about to send SCVs over here. He's taking command center over here. If Scaramanga consolidates, I think it's safe to say that lazersnipe is going to be in a really bad spot. He's already not in the best spot, especially when we look at the banks, and I don't know what these SCVs are doing. I don't know what they were clicked on. I don't think he wants to get rid of SCV supply, but they are going on a mission of their own, that's for sure. And look at this, we got another little harass group out here. Oh my gosh, he's going to micro this tank around, keep it alive. These SCVs, oh, but lazersnipe is wise to this, and uh-oh, Scaramanga, there are units nowhere to be seen near any of these bases, totally out of position. This could actually wipe out Scaramanga's economic advantage. Might be a nice move from lazersnipe. The ARB coming up here. These SCVs are as good as dead, but will lazersnipe keep moving? He can take out this base. He can get a kill here for sure, and he can probably walk and disrupt mining on this base before Scaramanga can do anything, but it looks like lazersnipe is not committing to that right now. He's just kind of sitting out here with this army, killing his own zealots. I don't know what's going on with that. I guess he's decided he doesn't like his own units. I've got an alarm randomly going off. Who knows what that's about? And there we go. Now he's going to find this base, but he will not kill the base because... Alright, at least he leaves a few zealots behind, but has not collected his army, and now it looks like he's going to collect his army, and finally, Scaramanga has decided this is actually something that he needs to move his units for, considering there's 0 defense even down here. But let's see, he should get the snipe on the command center. Here come the vessels. Let's see, can lazersnipe get off a stasis on the vessels? Alright, he moves the arbiter back, nice. But will it get sniped? Oh, it's trying to get... Okay, so 1 vessel goes down, and now lazersnipe, will he take the engagement? He needs to get... If he gets a couple good stasis, I think he could even take this engagement right now. But nope, gonna be forced to pull back. Defense there for Scaramanga. Although, I don't know, he ran back so desperately. I think if lazersnipe would have been on top of that, unless his arbiters have been EMP'd, which they have not. Oh, so much. Oh, lazersnipe, you could have almost stasis the entire thing, like a stasis right here. The vultures were all back here. Oh man, you could have caused so many problems there, but unfortunately, we'll miss that opportunity. And Scaramanga is just the expanding master so far. Look at this guy. He just throws up command centers like they're going out of style. As soon as he's losing one, he's got another one going over here at 9 o'clock. Still maintaining that nice supply lead against lazersnipe, although it never has seemed like Scaramanga has had that really huge Terran army. And oh man, this isn't a big line. It is a scary army, but he's got to get it a little more collected. He's lost a few engagements to lazersnipe that he probably shouldn't have lost. And lazersnipe definitely behind in the upgrade game as well. Let's see if we're going to have an engagement here. Is lazersnipe thinking about attacking, or does he want to swing down right now? Lazersnipe would have one option, would be to just swing down here, totally going past Terran's army, and then possibly deal with a base trade situation, or perhaps Scaramanga would come back to defend. Hard to say, but right now Scaramanga just wants to sit in the middle of the map, more or less defending this base. And look at this, 2 vultures have snuck into the top base and are taking some probe kills right now. which lazersnipe does not seem wise to. Arbiter throwing down some stasis. I think lazersnipe is about to go for an attack. Yes, he is, which explains the dying probe. So he's going to lose all the probes on the left side of that 4th base, which means lazersnipe is barely mining. He needs a good attack here, and he is getting a pretty decent one, but look at this vulture mass at the top right now. Going to take care of all the zealots for sure, but the dragoons will be there, and he's going to need reinforcements. I think that's going to be enough reinforcement tanks, though, and as long as he holds this little stasis area, it's going to be wonderful for lazersnipe, or wonderful for Scaramanga, rather, our Terran player, and he is going to hold that, and Vulture's still killing, well, we're killing probes over here, so he's lost that side, and he has more or less defended his huge pod of stasis to everything, and there's just not that many reinforcements right now coming out for lazersnipe, and we can see that precipitously lazersnipe's supply has fallen below 100 supply, and now Scaramanga is sending tanks up to the top base, and lazersnipe has almost nothing and has a little bit of production, but I think this is going to incite Scaramanga to just go ahead and go for it. He's got a few tanks coming in down here, and oh man, lazersnipe is about to be mining off of one base if this attack works for Scaramanga. Beautiful timing for those vultures to arrive, coming in, taking care of a few of the zealots. Oh, nice stasis with the Arb, but he needs one more to completely stop these tanks from raining down shots on the bases. Is the rest of the army coming? A little bit more of the army is being brought, and whoa, crazy mine right there. Will lazersnipe be able to get down the ramp? I think there's enough units here, although everything is siege. If the split of the zealots is really good, there's a chance lazersnipe could hold this. I'm thinking it's going to be okay for Scaramanga with the ramps, but I don't know. Nope. Lazersnipe does have enough units, I guess. No reinforcing vultures to help out here. Add 5 or 6 vultures to that, and that does not go lazersnipe's way, but a very important hold for lazersnipe as he does maintain that nexus, at least for the moment, but of course keep in mind Scaramanga's economy is a hell of a lot better, but lazersnipe needs everything he can get right now, trying to cluster the recall. Nice target firing there of the tanks, but the nexus not low enough to go down, so again lazersnipe does hold this. He needs to transfer probes back to it immediately, and he's also going to opt to counter at the bottom base, which will certainly force the SCVs to run away and lift, but then I think as Scaramanga pulls his army into position, he'll be able to handle that pretty comfortably. And pressure still continuing up here. Oh, we shouldn't siege all of these. But the zealots are going the wrong way, so not ideal for lazersnipe because lazersnipe is focused on this attack down at the 6 o'clock base. There we go, zealots. Okay, zealots still able to get on top of the tanks, lacking reinforcing vultures, just not enough. I mean, there are tanks galore coming, but now running into cloaked zealots as Scaramanga focuses on defending this bottom position, which he will be able to do just fine. That's just not enough dragoons to be intimidating against an almost equally sized tank mass. And now it looks like Scaramanga's finally gathered an army over here. Although, unfortunately, it's not vultures. But look at that. That's 6 or 7 tanks. And there's only a handful of zealots. And, of course, he's still not mining here. He hasn't retransferred probes, so he's just on one base right now. And is just being unable to keep up with the production of Scaramanga, who is finally also going to take advantage of the high ground pod. Nice D-Matrix on the tank. Vessel does get stasis, but does it matter? The vultures, I don't know what they're doing. But with all these tanks on the high ground, the Goliaths coming through, finally he's kind of spammed Goliaths because he was tired of losing all of his vessels to Arbiters and dealing with Arbiter damage raining down on your tanks. But it looks like that is the end of the 4th base for lazersnipe, and possibly just the end of the game. And there it is, GG. He's only got a few slots left. And Scaramanga takes game number 1. What was the next knock? Tau, I think it was. So we get ready for game 2 of lazersnipe against Scaramanga on Tau Cross. Bum. Nah, I'm not wasted on these players. I mean, I understand sort of the idea of what you're saying, but half the fun is casting these kind of games that people don't get casted. You know, like if people want me to cast other stuff, like I'll certainly do that. But as of right now, you know, I don't have any like outgoing or ongoing obligations, and I'm not just like casting random replays. You know, I'm trying to cast like relevant foreigner events. Like I could just open up Korean reps and cast them, but I don't think that's really of interest. You know, it'd be one thing. Like I've thought about maybe casting over, you know, like one of the like last league or Sharp. I think it's Sharp. Whoever else was holding league, that could be kind of fun. But as far as foreign events goes, I think the casting of that is reasonably covered. I mean, obviously Zero is casting his BSL, and I don't think there's any other major ongoing foreign events right now, at least that I've been asked about. Although I'll probably be casting some of the Foreign Brood War Cup next weekend. And yeah, I mean, it goes without saying that, you know, the better of the quality people you're casting, the more viewers you get. But it has to be like a meaningful event. If you just cast random reps, you know, there'll be a few people that'll watch, but people don't really care if you're just kind of casting random games. But if you're casting like a meaningful tournament, especially a current one, that's where people get the most interested. And you see that, you know, like when I cast these, I usually get between 15 and 40 viewers depending on the time in the day. Whereas when I casted BSL Chogo League, and which is still, you know, a tier down, you know, I was getting, I think I had about 80 to 90. And then you look at like today when Zero's casting BSL proper, you know, it's getting up over 200. So it goes without saying that, yeah, bigger events with better players will draw more people. But I don't like promote my casting. I just do it when people want me to. It's fun for me. You know, it's not like I'm trying to make it or whatever. I just have fun with it. So that's one of the reasons why I like casting these games, because I think all of us that play at lower levels don't always get the opportunity to have that full atmosphere feeling, and I think it adds something to the league when you do that. So I enjoy doing that. Alright, so we got a wall from Scaramanga. A wall! And lazersnipe was going to put a few probes on gas, and by a few I mean 3, because any other number would just be weird. There are builds you can do where you can take probes off of gas, but usually you're going to want at least 100 gas right off the bat before you start taking any probes off. Alright, barracks done for Scaramanga. We got gas, so it is not going to be any sort of fast expansion. We've got, we got 10-15 gate. Well, it's a non-ramp map, so I can see that. Alright, does he notice? Yes, he does. We're going to have a trade of SCVs. So, I would say, if you're lazersnipe, you're probably a bit disappointed about that. You pulled three probes to try to save your probe, but you mistimed it, and you lost a probe. Yeah, you killed the SCV a little faster, but he's already seen your 10-15 gate, so, like, he already got all the intel he wanted out of his scout. There's not, like, a huge benefit to that. Alright, factory on the way. Now, this can be dangerous, because there will definitely be goons arriving before the tank is out, and the dragoons will have range, and the marines will not be able to defend, so the wall is going to take some damage, and he's going to have to be very, very careful trying to get out against this. Yeah, this is CPL. This is CPL Team League, so this is like it's the A guys, but I would say MMRs are ranging between about 1,600 and maybe 1,900. So you know, I wouldn't quite say casual players, but certainly not high-level foreigners, that's for sure. And obviously not high-level Koreans, but no one gets to cast that unless you're casting ASL like Rapid and Tasteless and the Korean commentators. Here comes the scouting probe. It's going to see a wall. Actually, I don't know if this is a wall. I think this is tight, though. The only thing I don't know about is this. Obviously, depot above barracks is always going to be tight. That just goes without saying. At this point. Semi-boys? I didn't see that someone said semi-boys. They're half boys, half girls. Or maybe half boys, half unicorn. Who knows? But they're not completely boys. They're just partially boys. Alright, that SCV is going to get 0 intel except for the fact that there's 3 goons coming across the map with range. First tank is out. CC started in the base. He is actually opting for Siege Expand. Okay, so he's opted to play Siege Expand against this, which as long as he gets the first siege right, he's fine. If he fucks up the siege and the goons can get in there and snipe the tank, it's really bad. Or if the wall goes, oh, he's got to be careful. If he sieges here, that would be a huge mistake, and he would probably lose as a result. Okay, he does pull back and sieging up. Looks like the siege is okay. I don't think the goons can run in here and snipe the tank. He's going to try. Oh, that was slightly dangerous. The goons actually could get some hits off on the tank, but I think maybe only one would actually fit in that pocket where they could shoot. But lazersnipe doesn't opt to push the issue with his dragoons. So it looks like Scaramanga is going to hold, especially because lazersnipe did a subtle cut and only made 3 dragoons off of his 10-15 gate. So there's not really a danger where Scaramanga's like, oh, I'm safe, unseizes his tanks, moves out, and all of a sudden 7 goons walk in on top of them. that little hold in production from laser snipe is going to make it totally safe for Scaramanga to just come out here and take a CC, especially if he's waiting for a third tank, because 3 tanks don't lose to 3 goons. Unless you really do something weird. Oh, what is this? Oh, yeah, he held goons, so the Marine just kind of walked in. So he's getting a Marine scout off. Slower than an SCV. Gonna get a probe kill out of it? Nah, goon's there to kill that guy. Oh! Oh, whoa! Be careful. Okay. So laser snipe was too busy dealing with that to save his dragoons, which kind of sucks for him. And finally he moves them back, but he's lost 2 goons now for free. And Scaramanga has his CC up and running in a reasonably timely fashion. See, laser snipe's only mined a couple rounds, so I would say that is a perfectly comfortable economic position from Terran. Especially since when you go 10-15, you have to take a few probe cuts. So laser snipe does have his nexus up, but he's taking a few probe cuts to get it there. So Scaramanga's going to be feeling pretty comfortable with his position. And what do we have going on here? Alrighty, we're just gonna kind of fly. I don't know where. There's no robo support bay anywhere. These players are between 16 and 1900, more or less, MMR. Alright, another SCV going out for Scaramanga. And first obs from laser snipe. He's going to build a pylon? Probably. Probably. Probe at the front to watch for Terran coming out. See, tanks are spaced for Scaramanga, but doesn't want to commit to sieging them yet. And the obs has arrived. Few dragoons. And we're finally getting some tech, a little citadel action. Nah, I actually couldn't beat these guys 30-0. I'm at a similar level to that. I have not hit 2K yet. I'd kind of like to, but I haven't gotten there yet. Alright, so we're having a little bit of a fact CC fact style timing here from Scaramanga with Siege. And laser snipe hears it, sees it with his obs, moves back. What does he have to defend, though? He's got 3 gateways. He's got pretty much pure dragoons. So, well, he does have that. Oh, actually, Scaramanga is not going to commit to this. All right, interesting, which is probably the right decision from Scaramanga. I was going to say, if it was just the dragoons, this could have been a little bit dangerous from Scaramanga. But with that shuttle that's out, if laser snipe even remembers that he has a shuttle, he could have just dropped zealots on the tanks if he sieged up, and that would have been really bad for Scaramanga. It just wasn't enough. But without the shuttle, this would have been pretty dangerous. We've got leg speed. What else do we have? I like the obs coverage here from laser, although obviously he's going to need to change his rally. But you know, he's got 1 obs over the factory. He's got 1 at the front. Could probably have 1 elsewhere for army movements and positioning and stuff. And we have a Stargate and an Archives. And going up to 5 gateways. Oh. Oh. Where are these guys? Oh, he's just leaving his army out here. Okay. Is he going to scan and kill obs, knowing there's usually an obs out there? Usually if you make Goliath a little bit quicker like that, you'll scan and take care of obs. All the obs density is pretty high. I don't think he has range. If he had range, both those obs would die. But if he doesn't have Goliath range and he scanned, he would only get this obs and this one would get away. But he's not scanning at all. He's just going to go... Oh, is he going to scan? Did he notice obs movement? Okay, he's going to get the 1, but will he get this one? I'm not so sure he will. He doesn't have range. Oh, okay, he doesn't see that one. He's kind of aware of it. He's kind of aware of it. I think he wants to get it. Yeah, he wants to get it. All right, now he'll get it. But he's going to burn 2 scans. Oh, is he going to get it? Oh, shit. He doesn't have range. Oh my god, he gets away. Scaramanga's feeling sad right now. He wanted to assassinate. He burned a 2nd scan for it, giving up intel for it, and didn't even get it. Didn't position his Goliaths correctly for it. Sad days. Alright, so we have 5 facts. Laser snipe taking his 3rd, so we're going circling around for Scaramanga here. He needs to reinforce with vultures, though. He does not have very many vultures in that army. Now, I realize Laser Snipe's composition is mostly Dragoons. Oh, this tank needs to get the fuck back. Oh, shit. That's not the way to start your timing. Oh, God. Oh, God. This is interesting. Probably not the place to siege the tanks. If you siege, you can't really leapfrog from there. Like, maybe if you put 2 here, you could try to work your way over there, but even then, I don't know what he's doing. Oh, wait. Okay, here we go. Never mind. He's just sieging up at this bridge, because I don't know why. But he's working his way towards his third. Laser Snipe has kind of lost track of this, but he does have a shuttle out now with slot bombs. And there are precious few vultures in this group, so a lot of it's going to come down to, can the Goliath target the shuttle? Although, actually, he's got leg speed in here. I think Laser Snipe just has enough to defend this. I don't see how this is going to work for Scaramanga, especially with the shuttle bombing tons of zealots there. Dragoons raining down fire on the tanks. And that timing push of Scaramanga is ruthlessly ripped apart. And at this point, it's pretty much Laser Snipe's game. You know, Scaramanga shouldn't have much in the way of tech or upgrades. Actually, he is getting a science facility, which is pretty weird. He is getting up. Well, this is part of the problem then for Scaramanga. You cannot do a timing attack and also get your armory and tech to starport and science facility. That's why he didn't have very many units with his timing attack and why it felt weak. I was kind of watching that and I was like, He was in a good economic position, nothing. Oh, don't drag mines back in there. Alright, so Vulture getting back into an annoying position for Scaramanga. But having botched this timing is not putting him in a very comfortable position. Oh my gosh. Please, somebody do something about this Vulture. Just move a Dragoon, something. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This Vulture is being allowed to do far too much terror. And we've also got terrorist Vultures over here. Laser Snipe having a hell of a time dealing with these Vultures. And just like that, Scaramanga is more or less going to be back in the game, especially if he target fires down the remaining probes here at the third base. There we go. And that basically just puts Scaramanga right back in the game because he just totally killed off all mining at the third base. And look how bad Laser Snipe is suffering at his natural right now. Not managing this game as well. One of the challenges of being a low APM player is you cannot necessarily keep up with action everywhere. And oh man, if these Vultures do good damage in the main, Laser Snipe is going to go from ahead to significantly behind. And it looks like he's just running across the map willy-nilly. I hope he's not tilting a little bit. This is not the best look at the assassination of these probes. The economy right now for Laser Snipe is really bad. It's like almost single-digit probes bad. He's got like 13, 14 probes right now. So Laser Snipe is basically fucked. He's got to kill this base as part of his counter. And he's probably got to get into the natural and do decent damage to the natural if he wants to get back into a decent position in this game. Trying to snipe off the CC is at least loading off the shuttle. Got to be careful with those slots. Got to let the Dragoons kill them. Oh, there's only 4 tanks, though. This is dangerous for Scaramanga. But with 5 facts reinforcing, that should be good. Laser Snipe should be pretty damn low on money. And it looks like he's not reinforcing that quickly. Oh, nice Zealot Bomb. All right, we have good target firing from the tanks. He's unsieging the one. Yeah, he's target firing with the Vultures pretty well. And it looks like, I don't know where all the army from Laser Snipe went. I guess it's been slowly dying. It's getting cleared out. These Zealots are pretty clustered. Tank fire and getting good damage. The mines worth their weight in gold, and that is enough. Scaramanga holds, and it's looking right now like Scaramanga is in a comfortable position to go 2-0. I mean, the CC is still alive. Laser Snipe's economy is in absolute tatters. He's made a few probes from there, but he's not doing the best job of it. These Dragoons are getting cleared out. I don't know how Laser Snipe still has as much supply as he does. He lost so many damn probes in that attack. Does have an Arbiter out, so there is that. And a dropship here from Scaramanga, who needs to get rid of the Zealot and just start mining from his third base. I keep seeing all these obs. There's a lot of obs here. Like, I gotta give him credit. There's a lot of obs here. He's got some ridiculous vision right now. I'm gonna need to move this one. It's probably gonna die at this turret if he doesn't have speed on it, which he doesn't. Scaramanga having a little bit of difficulty here getting this landed, but that's because he's being an obnoxious little butt. Dropping us some tanks up on the high ground, making Protoss's life a hell. That observer does die. 1-1 upgrades there. Alright, Arbiter to help clear that out. Oh, actually, no. Arbiter has nothing to do with that. Arbiter's just on rally. But I think this tank is now in trouble. But he's forcing probes to run away. He's trying to land in the corner here. Sieging up. No. Oh, without sieging, it's pretty useless. So that drop is going to get cleaned up. And a few Vultures here. Snipe has a group of units in good position. The Vultures are not being microed. So that dies. And he's trying to get the shuttle out alive. Or dropship out alive. Oh, whoa. Oh my gosh. This is ridiculous. There's like random units everywhere. But the shuttle has managed to find a spot in the main to drop. And the tank has actually sieged up and gotten a few hits. I like low APM play. The things that happen are quite entertaining from moment to moment. Alright, so everything is... Oh, Jesus. A few misclicks going on in this game. A few misclicks going on. Almost an Archives assassination. And Scaramanga now has a little bit of an army. Not the hugest army ever. He's finally gotten some SCVs over to this third base. If we look at the actual position here, we can see about 100 minerals have been mined from this base. So we're in pretty even, in terms of just purely economic terms, we're pretty even right now. Tech seems marginally better for Laser, although a vessel is finally coming out, so that kind of keeps that even. And army size-wise, I don't know. It looks like Scaramanga has a slightly scarier army, but we've seen him mismanage his army a little bit, and of course he's out of position, so Lazersnipe is going to be able to get right up here into the third base, which definitely means some SCVs are going to die, and then it's going to send Scaramanga scrambling, but it looks like some of his tanks are too far behind. We'll see how Lazersnipe decides to micro this, definitely getting a few of the SCVs, and is he going to stay here or back out? Well, as he backs out, the Vulture's killing off a lot of the Zealots, and Laser supply plummeting. Does he have recall? Do we know? We don't. He's out of stasis, or maybe got EMP'd. And now I guess Scaramanga felt like he did enough damage. He's going to go ahead and push. Again, he's taking some interesting push routes, although at least this time he has mines on the top, so he will know if Protoss opts to counter and can respond to that. I was a little worried when I saw him pushing down this way, because I'm thinking, Scaramanga goes down, and there's no mines here, and Lazersnipe just goes up and counters. This third is, again, completely exposed and undefended. I would love to see, if Scaramanga's going to play this way, I would really like to see some depots here and a tanks or something, or at least a defensive setup with a few tanks and some mines over here. But right now, he has no... Oh, this is going to be weird. This army is about to get sandwiched, aka flanked. This looks like a Zerg attack right now. It looks like Scaramanga is literally setting up a Zerg attack. But usually that's not very good for Terran. We can see a lot of units coming in here on move command for Scaramanga. And yeah, these back units are basically just dying for free as they were on move command. But at the same time, the main army does have position over the third. And there are a decent number of vultures here to deal with these zealots if we can get them in position. There's not that many goons. It doesn't seem like the army from Lazersnipe is just too small. And is Scaramanga going to take this out right now? Can Lazersnipe get in here and clean it out? The Arbiters are going down. Nice target firing. He's losing the other a little bit sloppily. Doesn't pull those back. And the Dragoons are dead. And now it looks like the third base is dead. And the fourth base is completely exposed. I don't know if Scaramanga knows about it, though. He's got to almost have walked past this, though. In fact, it's possible that his tank is just going to outright shoot at this. Yeah, his tank is shooting at it. So if he didn't know about it, he's going to know from his tank shooting at it. Oh, be careful with these zealots, man. Be careful. It's looking pretty rough right now for Lazersnipe. I don't know what happened here. There have been some tanks in some fantastic places this game. Let me just iterate that. We got straight up, you know, there's just action all over the map. Maybe not microed action, but there's definitely action everywhere. These zealots are just coming in on their death charge, trying to drag a mine, but not a very effective. Oh, that could be a good one. That Dragoon could also be a good one, but not working out. Scaramanga microing the heck out of these vultures, displaying a crazy minefield at Laser's front, and Laser is looking pretty doomed. And there it is, GG. As Lazersnipe goes down 2-0 to Scaramanga. In two very kind of scattered, not organized games. The army movement was kind of scattered, kind of all over the place. And the second game, though, that's like A+ for tanks ending up in funny-ass spots. Tanks sieging up in the middle of the main with units all around them. The one tank just walks into his natural, goes behind the minerals. That was priceless.